Right now, you guys have a huge advantage. You guys are literally some of the only people who even know that this exists. I would say 99% of advertisers aren't doing this because they're afraid of two things. Number one, they're afraid, what's the rules from Facebook? Well, this is a Facebook ad, so the rules are pretty clear. But number two, they're afraid, how do I get people into Messenger? Well, it's a super easy strategy. Hey guys, what's going on? Travis Stephenson here, and I've got a very exciting video for you guys today. I'm gonna be showing you how you can turn $89 into $43,000 in a single day. Now listen, I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but if you give me a couple minutes, I'm gonna draw it out, I'm gonna explain the entire thing and show you that I'm not just making up a bunch of bullshit to make myself seem really cool. Now, I will give you this one disclaimer. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do this, but if you fail and you make $27,000 or $10,000 for $89, wouldn't be too bad, right? So give this a shot. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so check it out. Listen, in order to be able to spend $89 and make $43,000, you're gonna need something, and I call that typically an asset. You're gonna need a list. You're gonna need some knowledge of Facebook advertising, right? So obviously there is some built-in stuff here, but if you are watching this video and you're currently running ads, you're promoting a store or products on a store, you're promoting a digital product, I wanna explain exactly how I set all of this up, right? So let's break this down into its most basic elements. So if you're promoting something, it typically looks like this. You would have an ad, typically from Facebook, YouTube, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. You're likely driving traffic to a landing page. Now, if you're in the e-commerce space, you're probably not collecting an email address. You're probably just sending them over to your store where they can actually buy something. Well, if you're promoting a digital product, a lot of times you're collecting an email address. Well, what we do, and I want to show you a little bit, I'll define the original method first, and then I'll show you the way that we do it via Messenger, which allows us to spend very little amounts of money to make very big sums of money. So normally, let's just say you have a landing page, and then you have either a sales page or an actual purchase page, right? So if you're promoting e-commerce, this landing page may be your product page, and then after that, they're gonna buy something. Somewhere along the way, and typically it's like in here somewhere, you might have an exit pop-up or some form of email collection, right? And this is a very, very staple system that everybody on the internet teaches you, and I highly suggest that you pay attention to this, because if you're not collecting emails, right? Think about this. If you're not collecting emails, all you have is the ability to do that, which means spend money on ads to drive traffic to your pages, and then hopefully people buy and you make money. And the idea is if you can make $100 here by spending 80 here, you've made 20 bucks, and that's a pretty cool thing, right? So the way that you increase revenue to this funnel is by collecting emails, right? Collecting emails and building retargeting, right? So you might have, like, I'll do a little retargeting pixel symbol here. You may retarget people, and those people are gonna typically be cheaper to get to your sales page. Now, this is a little bit of an advanced theory, so if some of you guys aren't even running Facebook ads right now, you may not fully understand this, but this video is for those of you guys who are running ads on Facebook. So normally this is your setup, right? Somewhere along the way, you're hoping to be able to collect emails, and then you send emails back to people, getting them to come back to your sales page and hopefully buy your product, right? So maybe they opt in to get a free PDF of some kind, and then you're consistently emailing them over time. Then you have broadcasts, autoresponder. It's great, right? We all know you can make a good amount of money from email marketing, which is awesome. But what I want to explain to you guys here is we did it a little bit differently. For a while, what we were doing is we were running ads that sent people into Messenger. Right? Now, the reason that we did that is because this was actually a conversational thing. So everybody who visited our landing page, we have this retargeting up here, hopefully you guys can see that. And what we decided to do was test this theory out. We took everybody who visited our landing page but never bought from us, and we said, hey, let's run an ad to them, sends them into Messenger, and asks them, hey, why didn't you buy from us? Or lets us get to know them a little bit. So let's say that we're selling a dog collar. right? One of the reasons somebody might not buy that dog collar is because they're unsure what size to buy for their dog, right? So we don't think about that as business people all the time, like, oh, somebody saw my dog collar, didn't buy, they don't want it. Well, the truth is, a lot of people probably do. They just don't know exactly what size to get. This happens in clothing a lot, and this also happens in digital businesses. So if you're running a digital business, you would be shocked to find out how many people come to my webinars and they have one small question. Travis, does this work for somebody who's never started a business online before? The answer to that question is yes, but they want the answer to that question before they can mentally allow themselves to move on to the next step. So what we do is we run an ad that takes those questions into account and runs them into Messenger. And now what's cool is, as soon as they go into Messenger, we get a subscriber. Now, a Messenger subscriber is very powerful because Facebook allows us to actually run promotions into those active conversations. So let's say we have 1,000 people here, right? We've got 1,000 people in Messenger that we know have visited our landing page but didn't want what we had. And so what we're doing now is we're creating a relationship with them where they can effectively over time get more and more information from us, and we can find out more about them. Now, here's what's crazy. In this Messenger sequence, we will have sort of a bridge of people, right? Some people will eventually go back to our sales page and be told, hey, you wanted a dog collar and you have a 30-pound dog? Well, we suggest you have a small dog collar. Well, now they know, right? So they got the answer to the questions that were holding them back. Same philosophy it rings true when it comes to answering pretty much any other question, right? So does this work for people who've never established a business? Can this work if I already have an agency? Travis, do you have training on how to help somebody start an agency? Yes to all of these things, right? Which is really great. So we can provide them answers that they want, but also what's happening is we have this open conversation, which this right here cannot be overstated. Because what I love about this, if you have a Messenger subscriber, Facebook allows you to run something called a sponsored message ad. And this is going to explain how I spent $89 and made $43,000 in just a single day. So I built my Messenger subscriber list up to a good amount of people by doing this. We were ROI positive on this. We were making money on this. Every dollar we spent, we were actually getting about $4 to $5 back because all we were doing was advertising to people who wanted our product but never got to buy it, right? Which is really great. So now we're actually showing them, hey, here's the answer to the question that you had. And I got up to about 5,000 subscribers, but for math's sake, we're gonna do this based on 1,000 subscribers. So 1,000 subscribers, we now have open Messenger conversations, which means I could go in at any moment, and I want you guys to really focus on this. Like, I want you to really pay attention to what I'm about to say here because this is absolutely the big driver of all of this. So make sure you're paying attention. So we've got open conversations with people in Messenger, which means that at any time I could go into my fan page Messenger account and I could send that person a message saying, hey, I saw you didn't get this. What can I do? And that's going to show up on their phone as if you were personally messaging them. And I can't even begin to describe how different and important that is from a perspective of if you're used to normally sending emails, you collect somebody's email. Now the only thing that you can do is send them an email. And it's really easy to reject that or delete that or not notice that. And you can do that in bulk too, right? You can send bulk emails, which is where you make majority of your money. Well, you can also do bulk messaging, something called a sponsored message. Now this is where things really get awesome. No matter what happens on this ad right here, no matter what happens, if you make money, you lose money. Check this out. Black Friday came along and I had a Messenger list of about 5,000 people. Now, to reach 1,000 people is going to cost you what's called a CPM of about $15 to $20, which just means cost per 1,000. Let's go ahead and write that one down here. We're going to put CPM equals cost per 1,000. I believe the M is like a Roman numeral or something. I don't actually know. It's pretty strange to me that it was CPM instead of CPT, but we're just gonna roll with it. So cost to reach 1,000 people For sponsored messages, so here we go, sponsored messages, the cost per 1,000 is around $15 to $20, okay? So for those of you guys who don't love to do math, what that means is to reach 1,000 people directly into the open conversation that you have with them is gonna cost you $15 to $20. So I had 5,000 people, and it cost me $89 to reach all 5,000. Now I want you to really imagine what this is, right? So you got their phone here, and this is gonna be a really bad drawing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apologize ahead of time. This is not gonna be the best drawing, but you've got their phone, right? I have the iPhone 10, so it's got this little area here. But you've got, bloop, a messenger notification saying, hey, right? On their phone, you run an ad for $89. It's $15 to reach 1,000 people, right? It shows on their phone. Now on Black Friday, I want you guys to think about this. Black Friday, everybody is getting emails. I think on average, the average American adult gets around 600 emails on Black Friday and Black Friday weekend alone, but they get an average of 3 Facebook messages, and most of them aren't from businesses, they're from friends. So if you're one of the 3 messages they get, what do you think the odds are that they're actually gonna see what you're promoting? Pretty wild, right? Well, let me give you some more stats here. We had 5,000 people that we sent this message to. 5,000 people, not bad. Listen to this. We had 90% of them opened. So we're just gonna go ahead and call it about 4,500 people, okay? So actually, that's exactly what it is. I just did the math on the fly, and it's exactly the right number. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so 4,500 people opened my message. Of them, a staggering 2,000 people clicked on the link in my message to go to my offer. Facebook allows this, and nobody's using it. No big businesses are even doing this yet. Just think about this. Like, what if Best Buy caught on to this idea? What if Nordstrom caught on to this idea where they said, hey, you visited my store and you didn't buy those pants. Why didn't you buy the pants, right? They run an ad that says, why didn't you buy the pants? Come in and tell us. And then you go into Messenger, and it's a pre-built sequence that says, oh, you didn't know what size you are? Well, this is a 34-inch waist. It's a large. 34 to 36 is a large. Okay, I'm gonna go buy that. So now you were happy at that moment, but they already established you as a messenger conversation. So now Black Friday comes along. Everybody else is sending emails, and they send you a message that says, hey, we know you love shopping with us. How about take us up on our Black Friday deal where you're gonna get 35% off everything in our store, good for the next 24 hours, and because you're in Messenger, here's an extra code for free shipping. You'd probably be really likely to go and take that offer, right? Well, we were selling something for $1,497, and we ended up getting about 33 purchases, which comes out to 43,000 people. So break this down, right? I had 5,000 people that were messenger conversations that I got because my normal funnel was doing its job. It was fine, it was great. But I wasn't happy with the idea that, hey, a significant amount of people who are coming to my landing page, they're not opting in. They're not buying my product. Why is that? Let me ask. So I asked them, and people said, hey, I just didn't know if you had a refund policy. I didn't know if you offered this kind of training. I didn't know if the pants would fit. I didn't know if the shirt would fit. I didn't know what kind of hats you had. I didn't see the colors that you were offering. I didn't know how much shipping was to Canada. These are things that are stopping people from buying from you right now, and you can build messenger conversations pre-built that answer these questions. Hey, did you have any of these common 10 questions? If you did, click on it, and you can go here. Oh, just for taking the time to come through this, here's 10% off your purchase right now. Boom. They go and they buy. Now, on average, this ad right here, so this is no joke. That ad right there actually took one of the brands who used our messenger service from 7x ROI to 56x ROI, spending the same amount of money on the same customers, but instead, here's what they used to do. They used to say, hey, you visited my landing page to buy this item from us, but you didn't buy it. Come back and buy it, right? That's normal retargeting. Come back and buy it. You're leaving this in the cart. Now, 7x ROI is pretty productive, right? That's a really good ROI. 56x ROI is significantly better. So just by asking people, hey, why didn't you buy this thing? And time again, we find out that people aren't buying stuff from you because they don't know what size it is, or they have a question, or they have one thing that's stopping them. Well, now we can automate the conversation that answers that, but also build up Messenger subscribers. And then when we have the right offer, we use sponsored messages, which are just an ad that goes boop right into the conversation, right? And we can spend very small amounts of money to make very large sums of money. And some of you guys might be saying, well, Travis, not every day is Black Friday. And you're right, not every day is Black Friday. However, there's a lot of holidays out there. There's a lot of every single month, there's something that you could probably promote, especially if you're in the e-commerce space. There's Labor Day, there's Memorial Day, there's Veterans Day, there's Easter, there's Christmas, there's Thanksgiving, there's Halloween. You can do deals every single one of those. And what I would suggest that you do is use sponsored message maybe once a month to get people to see your new deal. But the key to all of this is you have to establish the Messenger conversations. And the easiest way to do that is to run a very simple ad that gets people who were visiting your landing page or your sales page, but they didn't buy. You retarget to them, bringing them back. You show them a new ad that runs directly into Messenger. And from there, you can establish a much higher ROI. So at this point, hopefully you guys understand exactly how I was able to go from an $89 ad spend, which is in one day on Black Friday. I spent $89 on an ad that looked just like that. It popped up on everybody's phone the moment that I sent it out. It was a 24-hour deal only, saying, look, at the end of this 24 hours, the deal is done. You can no longer get this offer at $14.97 of unlimited access and all of this. You'll never get it again. And that scarcity forced people to realize, I've got to get in on this right now. And you can do scarcity every single month. Just don't try to use scarcity and also do 10 messages a month, because they're going to understand, well, this really doesn't feel like scarcity to me. So you can actually reach all of your audience. And out of 5,000 people, I had 4,500 people open and read that message, and over 2,000 people then go to my offer. And I only needed 33 people to make $43,000 in a single day. And I know it sounds crazy, and not all of you guys are selling something at $14.97, and not all of you guys have 5,000 Messenger subscribers, but it can start here. There's thousands of different ways to get somebody into Messenger, and some of the ways that I got people in, using a feature called comment triggers. The system Chatmatic has a platform in it where you can actually send people who comment on your posts into Messenger, creating a Messenger subscriber. That's pretty cool. You can use QR codes, you can use m.me links, you can use groups, and take your posts from your fan page, share it into a group, and then tell people to comment on the original post. You can run ads like I described right here. You can also send emails to your email list through an m.me link that gets them into Messenger. So if you're looking for more tips on how to get people into Messenger, you guys can check out the rest of my channel. I have a lot of other videos that you guys can see that will explain more about this. But this takes everything that you're doing right now to a whole new level. Imagine if you just broke even on all of this. You spent $500 here, and you made $500 here. Being able to make $43,000 here, you probably won't be able to see that. Being able to make $43,000 by running one $89 ad in a single day pays for all of that, right? So now you can actually break even and use what I call the payoff. The payoff is a sponsored message, because now you've got people's attention. And it's very, very cheap to run ads into this medium because nobody else is doing it. And right now, you guys have a huge advantage. You guys are literally some of the only people who even know that this exists. I would say 99% of advertisers aren't doing this because they're afraid of two things. Number one, they're afraid, what's the rules from Facebook? Well, this is a Facebook ad, so the rules are pretty clear. But number two, they're afraid, how do I get people into Messenger? Well, it's a super easy strategy. Take everybody who didn't buy from you, run them into Messenger. I've also got a really cool tip for you guys. Last thing, even if people do buy from you on this, we run something called a buyer thank you ad, which is an ad that literally says, thank you so much for your purchase. We have an extra gift for you. So everybody buys from you. You make an audience of 3-day buyers. You run an ad to those people that says, thank you so much for your purchase. We wanted to say thank you. Comment below. and now you're using that Chatmatic comment feature. It's going to send everybody a message that gets them as a subscriber. You collect their email address. Now you're getting them, some more information about them. But then what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, here's this 15% off discount code, good for the next 48 hours. Thank you so much. Here's your free gift, right? The free gift is the discount code. Now, this actually averages for us 800x ROI. So for every dollar that we spend, we get about 800 back because there's not very much. There's not very much that audience that you're going to be showing this ad to. So really, really highly productive ad here. It works like an upsell, right? We all know upsells work really well. Well, this is just an upsell you pay Facebook for, but now you get more Messenger subscribers, which means on the big holidays, you get more and more. Imagine this number if I had 50,000. Imagine that number if I had 10,000, 20,000, right? So you want to be able to build your Messenger subscribers. Here's a great way to do that. In recap, guys, a couple things. First thing I want to remind you of is make sure that you subscribe to my channel because I've got more videos like this, hardcore videos, hard-hitting videos that are actually real training, right? So make sure you guys subscribe to that. Make sure you guys like this video for me, please. If you give it a thumbs down, you hate good things. You hate children and sparkling water. Everybody loves those two things. So thumbs up it. 3, I want to remind you guys, get people into Messenger. This right here is such a hugely productive asset to your business. Get them into Messenger. Worry about monetizing it down the line. 4th, sponsored messages are absolutely awesome. And 5th, make sure you guys are taking advantage of holiday seasons, taking advantage of deals. The scarcity that comes with Black Friday is amazing. People are willing to shop, whether it's digital products or physical products. You've got Black Friday, you've got Cyber Monday, you've got Boxing Day over in the UK. I'm sure you've got something in Canada. They've got to have something. Everybody's so nice up there. They're probably doing a Black Friday every day. But you guys, this is absolutely worth the effort. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll come back, but leave me a comment and let me know if there's something else that you would like me to elaborate on. I'd love to do another video for you guys if there's something specific, like maybe the retargeting ad, building the sequence, maybe over the shoulder, but you gotta let me know. So take the time, leave me a comment, let me know what you loved about this video, what you'd like to see more of, and I'll see you guys next time.